kick off this episode of British Wrestling Weekly with one of New Generation Wrestling's biggest tag team rivalries changing shape and changing form as one half of the NGW Tag Team Champions, the heavyweight House of Pain Stixx, takes part in singles action against one half of his most heated rivals in NGW right now. It's one half of the Proven against one half of Stixx and Colossus Kennedy, and let's hand you over to Stevie Aaron.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming down the aisle from Nottingham and winning tonight at 251 pounds, here's one half of the NGW Tag Team Champions, Stixx.
If you've been following British Wrestling Weekly, you will know that the team of Kaz Crash and Sam Wilder, collectively known as the Proven, managed by Richie West and part of the Control faction, have had two clashes against the NGW Tag Team Champions in recent months on this programme, and both times they've been beaten. But you're gonna have to give Kaz Crash and Sam Wilder credit, because the last time they took on the biggest tag team in the United Kingdom today, they surprised many of their critics with an incredible performance. And it's because of that last contest that Richie West and the Proven have challenged the heavyweight House of Pain Stixx to this singles contest against Sam Wilder. Remember, Stixx is the smaller member of the NGW Tag Team Champions, but to put that into perspective, he is still one half of the biggest tag team in the United Kingdom today, because the smaller man in that tag team is still in excess of 22 stone and 6'6" tall. Yeah, and you see Kaz Crash there taking a look. And if you've not stood next to Stixx, believe me when I tell you that he is a big, big man. And after his success on last week's show, referee Chris Roberts has been brought in as the referee for this contest. And just to put things in to perspective, Chris Roberts is 6'6" also. So if you think Stixx doesn't look very big, that is the reason. It's because Chris Roberts is a very tall referee. But after what we saw in our main event last week, with Liverpool's #1 Zach Gibson and Rampage Brown, nobody, and I mean nobody, could have done a better job of holding that contest together for as long as he did. But as a result, still a double disqualification, and now our main event for this programme, which was meant to be either Gibson or Cruz, Gibson or Rampage against Nathan Cruz, has now changed into Nathan Cruz against the opportunistic leader of Team Scotland, Lionheart. That's still to come before the end of the hour. As Wilder there, fired off from that headlock, Stixx with a head of steam and a big shoulder tackle. Takes Wilder down. Remember, Sam Wilder and Kaz Crash started at the NGW Training Academy and then decided to take a shortcut under the tutelage of Richie West. And as a result, they have inherited every single grudge and every single rivalry that Richie West and the rest of the Control have had. And one of those rivalries is now coming back to haunt the spine of Sam Wilder, who gets slammed down with authority, and it looks like 22 stone lands across the sternum of one half of the Proven. Just a 2 count there. And you've got to believe that the sternum and ribs of Wilder still feeling the pain from that last tag team contest they had. Remember, Colossus Kennedy come off the second rope and landed knees first on Sam Wilder, who's still kicked out. It was a Herculean effort. And look at this, double teaming. And Richie West there holding the leg of Richie West, and Richie West gets away with murder every time he's at ringside, and that's the reason that so many people believed that Chris Roberts, a more senior referee than Adam Johnson, should be... Hold on. I'm not... Chris Roberts has said something to Richie West, and surely he's not ejecting the leader of the Control. My God, that takes some guts. Richie West is saying you can't do this. And he is! My Lord! He is! Chris Roberts is ejecting Richie West from ringside for our opening contest. That may just be something that Roberts lives to regret, as we've seen in the past with Adam Johnson. But as a result, it's now gone from a 3-on-1 to a 2-on-1. and turn around Stixx, and he ducks that clothesline by Sam Wilder, and a big clothesline over the top rope. And one half of the Proven lands, and lands hard. We're going to have to take a very short commercial break, but this match will continue along with our NGW title showdown as Lionheart takes on Nathan Cruz. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Back here with you on British Wrestling Weekly, and you join us in the middle of our opening contest as one half of the Proven, Sam Wilder, takes on one half of the UK's biggest tag team, the heavyweight House of Pain Stixx, who ducks a big kick and lands one of his own, size 13, right between the eyes of Sam Wilder. And earlier on, we saw referee Chris Roberts eject the head of the Control, Richie West, from this match. It may be something that comes back to haunt Roberts, but the fact remains it is still a 2-on-1 because Kaz Crash, the tag team partner of Sam Wilder, is outside at ringside. And if you're wondering where Stixx's tag team partner Colossus Kennedy, the other half of the NGW Tag Team Champions, is, he was meant to be here, and unfortunately earlier today he was called away on a family emergency. I have no more information as to what that family emergency is or was, but suffice to say it was serious enough for Colossus Kennedy, the East Yorkshire Man Mountain, to not be in this contest. And Stixx now going for that sharpshooter, a move that he has been very successful with. And look at Kaz Crash up there on the apron, and Chris Roberts trying to get Kaz Crash down off the apron. But as that's happening, Sam Wilder, man, this is a confusing situation because Chris Roberts, oh, keep your eye on Sam Wilder, roll up there. Oh. Stixx kicks out and Kaz Crash back up on the apron. Oh, and he gets bumped off again. And Stixx hits that spear and hits it hard in the center of the ring. 2 and 3, just like that. The heavyweight House of Pain wins.
Here is your winner, Stixx.
Wow. Now the Proven have been beaten twice by the heavyweight House of Pain and Colossus Kennedy in tag team matches. And we've just seen in our opening contest, Stixx beating one half of them in a singles match. Man, that's got to dash the hopes and dreams of the Proven for getting another shot. Take a look here on our replay, exactly what happened. It was Kaz Crash who jumped up on the apron, this roll-up that caused the distraction. Look at Kaz Crash, jumps up again, don't know what he was trying to do, but Stixx there pushes Wilder off, and that big spear in the center of the ring, on the ribs, still hurting from Colossus Kennedy, and just like that, Chris Roberts counts to 3, and the heavyweight House of Pain with a victory. We have still got that big NGW Undisputed title showdown between Lionheart and Stixx just around. Whoa.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, Kaz Crash with a microphone.
You think you can just do that and then walk out of here? I don't think so, sunshine. One way or another, sometime, somewhere, not only yours, but Colossus's luck is going to run out. So you want to be a big man? You want to be a big man of NGW?
He is a big man. There's no disputing it.
Like I said, your luck is going to run out sometime. So why don't we put it to the test? You've just been against one member of the Proven. So why don't, right here, right now, you step into the ring with me?
Wow. All right, well, I thought we were going to go back to Charlie Shakespeare.
Think you're the big man? Sam!
It appears that our opening contest may still continue because the other half of the Proven...
You're the big man, step in this ring with me right now.
Wow, Kaz Crash calling the heavyweight House of Pain Stixx back into the ring.
Come on.
And is Stixx going to accept? This is quite a gamble because he's already wrestled one match. But this crowd here in Pudsey calling the heavyweight House of Pain back into the ring, and here he comes. Wow, risky strategy, but he's a fighting champion as Kaz Crash and the bell rings. It looks like we have another match. Wow, okay. Kaz Crash there. Goes to send Stixx out the corner, and the strength of Stixx. He's no small man to whip out of that corner. Look at that reversal. Hits hard and a big, big, big backdrop. Kaz Crash lands on that steel, on that wood, and on that canvas. And a snap mare, and you know what's coming here, Stixx. Oh, God. Big elbow. 4th, 5th. Merciless elbows on the shoulder and the side of the head of Kaz Crash, and the heavyweight house of pain is not finished yet. Oh, and Sam Wilder, did you see what just happened? Sam Wilder went for the leg. Oh, Kaz Crash. God, this is really hard to call. You've got to give the proven credit. Oh, look at this. Merciless. Sam Wilder with the referee distracted. And Chris Roberts has done the best job that he can with keeping order in this one. But this is a match he wasn't expecting to officiate, and we weren't expecting to see. And like that, the proven, or I should say Kaz Crash, has now got the advantage on the heavyweight house of pain. Anything can happen here in NGW. And that's why we have the main event we have coming up before the end of the hour, as Nathan Cruz puts his NGW Undisputed Heavyweight title against the leader of Team Scotland, Lionheart, who at the start of last week's programme was not even part of the NGW roster. But thanks to his beatdown on Cruz's best friend, the amazing Matt Myers, and then what we saw at the conclusion of last week's main event, as the finals of NGW's 4-man knockout tournament to find a new #1 contender resulted in a double disqualification and a complete breakdown in physical communication between Zach Gibson and Rampage Brown. NGW management were left with no option but to throw this match together, otherwise they would have false advertised for weeks. So as a result, we now have a match that we weren't expecting to see in our main event, and we're now in the middle of a match we weren't expecting to see as our opener. Kaz Crash there going for that crash cutter, and Stixx reverses it with a backslide. Shoulders down, ref in position, but just a 2 as Kaz Crash literally uses his head to get out of that one. Stixx sends Crash into the corner and into the corner hard. Head of steam by the big man and a big back elbow. Shades of what we saw earlier. Comes off the ropes, comes back in a massive shoulder tackle, and I do mean massive when it comes from one half of the UK's biggest tag team and the NGW Tag Team Champions. Stixx now setting up for something. I think he called for a powerbomb, not a move we're used to seeing from Stixx. Crash gets out of it, but walks straight into that big forearm by Stixx, who hits the ropes, and European-style uppercut by Crash, who hits the ropes. And Crash cutter again, goes for it, and he hits it in the centre of the ring. In the centre of the ring. Textbook. Roberts down, 2 and 3. Very close. Very, very close by Kaz Crash, who was just half a count away from scoring a very impressive victory over one half of the NGW Tag Team Champions. And you've got to believe that if he could have got that victory, it would have definitely held some weight in campaigning and petitioning to get a 3rd match for the Proven for the NGW Tag Team Championships. Bootlaces to the eyes there, just vicious from this young man who has learned every dirty trick in the book from Richie West, Rampage Brown, and the star attraction Mark Haskins, the other members of the Control. And whoa, black hole slam! Black hole slam! Kaz Crash tried to wriggle out of it in mid-air, but was unsuccessful because Stixx is just that powerful. And Crash now on the apron, and Stixx feeling this crowd and feeling the momentum changing. He's picking up Crash, going for that suplex. Up and over to into... Sam Wilder hook. Oh, Sam Wilder's got the leg. No. Kaz Crash has just pinned Stixx.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Kaz Crash.
Referee Chris Roberts did not see what we all saw there, because as the heavyweight house of pain went to suplex Kaz Crash back into the ring, Sam Wilder not only trips him, look at this, trips the leg, but then holds the leg down out of the vantage point of Chris Roberts, whose view was blocked by the sheer body mass of both Stixx and Kaz Crash. And as a result, the Proven have scored a very, very decisive and important televised win against one half of the NGW Tag Team Champions, and you have to believe that Richie West will use this to campaign for another title shot. And talking of title shots, do not forget that we are just minutes away from the NGW Undisputed Heavyweight title being defended on national television as the show stealer Nathan Cruz takes on the leader of Team Scotland, a man who only last week was not part of the NGW roster. That man, of course, is Lionheart. That match coming up in just a few moments. We are going to have to take a very short commercial break. But don't you dare go anywhere, because British Wrestling Weekly continues. And the story right now is that Stixx, you can tell by the look on his face, he is aware that those belts that he holds with pride may just be in the firing line of Kaz Crash and Sam Wilder once again, because he has just lost against one half of the Proven. Don't you dare go anywhere, because our big title showdown is just around the corner. This is British Wrestling Weekly. We'll be right back.